Good morning, Prep. Welcome to our CE class. Are you ready to listen? Great. I'm excited to share with you another story from the Bible that we could learn something from it. Let's start. For our Bible verse, it is found in Psalm chapter 5, verse 8. It says there, you do what is right, and I ask you to guide me. Psalm chapter 5, verse 8. Okay, can we read the verse together? Can you repeat after me? Great. Let's read. Psalm chapter 5, verse 8. You do what is right, and I ask you to guide me. Psalm chapter 5, verse 8. So what does this verse mean? What does the verse says? Okay, the verse says that here you do what is right. So the you here is pertained to God. God always do what is right. Why do you think so? Because we know that God is all-knowing. He knows everything in this world. That's why everything that he does is always right. And so when we ask him of something, it is better always to ask him because he knows what is right and good for us. We must ask him in every decision or choices or in everything that we will do so that we will also do the right thing. For our principle, Faithians trust God. Our aim today will be, we will learn about how God lead his people through Moses. Do you know who Moses is? Have you heard his name? I know maybe some of you are familiar with the name or with Moses, but today we'll tackle one part of his life through this story. Okay, the title of our lesson for today is God Leads Me. So these are the Israelites here. The Israelites had been living in Egypt for a long time. But they were not very happy because the Pharaoh was not treating them well. He made them work so hard to the point that even if they were already hurting, the Pharaoh soldiers kept pushing them to work. Can you see what the Israelites are feeling? Can you look at their faces? Are they happy or are they sad? Okay, do they look tired? Yes, they look tired. How about this soldier? Is he happy or is he angry? Yes, he's angry. He wants to make the Israelites work harder. So he hurts them with this thing. Okay? God wanted his people to be free, to be able to worship him. So God told the king of Egypt, the Pharaoh, to let his people go. So this is the Pharaoh. A Pharaoh is like a president in our time. He is the one who leads a country or a place. For our time, we have President Rodrigo Duterte as our leader of the Philippines. But in their time, it is a Pharaoh. It is a Pharaoh who leads the place or a country or a nation. Okay. This is Moses. He spoke to him through Moses. God spoke to the Pharaoh through Moses. At first, Pharaoh would not let them go. Can you see the face of the Pharaoh? Is he angry or sad? Or happy? Okay. He's angry. He would not let the people or the Israelites go out of Egypt. Why? Because he thinks that they do not deserve happiness. They do not deserve freedom. The Pharaoh wants to let them suffer. At first, God had to send a lot of plagues, or the plagues are some kind of disasters brought to the people by God. One of those is the death of the firstborn son. So the Pharaoh has a son, his firstborn son, and his son died because he was disobedient. He has a hard heart. And finally, he let go of Moses and his people. So after that plague, after that disaster, the Pharaoh finally allowed Moses and the Israelites to go out of Egypt. So here are the people, or the Israelites. Do they seem happy that they had their freedom already? Yes, okay. Now, after Moses and the Israelites were finally out of Egypt, they began to wander in the desert. Moses had a very big problem in his hands. So wander, W-A-N-D-E-R, wander, it means that naliligaw sila. Naliligaw sila sa desert or sa desierto. And it was kind of a problem, big problem for Moses. They did not know where they are going. Look, he has so many people with him. And how many is Moses? Moses is only one. So can you think, or do you think he can lead, or he can take care all of these people? How would he be able to keep all these people safe if he is just one and there are a lot of people? How would he know where to find food to feed all of them? But you know what? Even though it's kind of a big problem, Moses did not worry. He knew that God would help them. And he did. God did help them. He did, and he helped them in a very mighty and a powerful way. Not by using a roadmap or an army of chariots leading them. God himself led them. He set a pillar of cloud to guide them on their way during daytime, and at night, God led them through a pillar of fire to give them light, so they would see where they are going. Okay, can we go back to that? At daytime, God led them through a pillar of cloud. This is a pillar of cloud. And at night, they are led through a pillar of fire, led by God through a pillar of fire, so that it would give them light. They would be able to see where they are going. God loved these people and led them out of Egypt and through the wilderness for 40 years. God was the best leader the people could ever have. Okay, can you imagine that? Naligaw sila ng 40 years. For example, from your house, you will just go to Shopwise, the grocery store. But instead of arriving there between like 15 to 20 minutes, you have it arrived at the Shopwise for after 40 years. So how do you think would it feel? This kind of exhausting, right? But you know, God is faithful because God led them through what? A pillar of cloud through the daytime and a pillar of fire through the night. And also, God did not abandon them. As you can see, He provided food for His people. So that is the story of how God led His people through Moses. Okay. I hope you learned something from our lesson today. For our classwork, finish pages 70 to 73 on your C-book. Again, finish pages 70 to 73 on your C-book. So we must not forget that just like Moses, if God can lead Moses and his people, he can do that to us also. We just have to trust God that he will make the right decision for us, or that he is already doing the right decision for us, and we just need to trust and obey God on what he will tell us to do. Okay, finish your classwork and then just submit it in our Google Classroom that I will post in the classroom. Okay, that's it for today. See you on our next modular class. Goodbye, prep.